Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Apple TV Plus show, Margo's Got Money Troubles. Please hook me up and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment. And if you think I'm wearing pants right now, you're going to have to get real. So slight spoiler alert, I'm going to kind of spoil the ending and talk about some stuff. So if you don't want any spoilers whatsoever, you've been warned. Watch the show first, then watch this video. So let's get into it. All right, so I almost didn't watch this show at all. I saw this when it came out, and I was like, I don't know if this is for me necessarily. It's looked like it was a drama, comedy type of show, but it just seemed maybe more geared toward like a feminine audience, or I'm not really sure, but the vibe I got was like, I don't know that that's for me. I don't know that I need to watch that. And then hearing Eva Anderson on Doughboys, the Doughboys podcast, kind of sold it for me. She was kind of like writer and producer on this show, and the way she was talking about the show just sold me on it, and was like, okay, I'll check this out for sure. And I'm very glad that I did. So general plot overview of this show. Elle Fanning is a student. She's going to school for writing. She has an affair with her professor. She ends up getting pregnant. And so she drops out of school, has the baby, and then she's kind of struggling as a young single mother. She has her mom there to help, who also raised her as essentially as a single mother, but she's not super great with babies. Oh, cool. My refrigerator kicked on. Shocker, right? Shocker. Not that wasn't inevitably going to happen during the recording of this. So for the next 5 minutes of me talking, that is going to happen in the background. Sorry about it. Is what it is. So anyway, then her estranged father, played by Nick Offerman, comes back into the picture and sees that she's, had this baby and has this situation. So he kind of moves in to like help her out, help her kind of take care of things and help raise the kid and stuff. And then, along the way, in these struggles, she needs money, hence the title of the show. So she starts an OnlyFans account and starts doing that to earn money. It's kind of keeping that a secret from everybody. And then she ends up going viral with this video that she does. And so then everybody knows. Her mom knows, her dad knows, people in child protective services that get involved know, all this stuff. It becomes a whole thing. And then eventually the professor, who was completely out of the picture, comes back and wants custody, saying it's an unfit parent situation and whatnot because of the OnlyFans stuff and then the money stuff and everything. And so it becomes this fight against that. So that's the story arc in a nutshell. So as far as the acting, the performances, the cast, everything across the board, excellent. Excellent cast, excellent acting. So Elle Fanning is an unbelievably good actor. She's great in everything. I talked her up in my video about Predator Badlands. I thought she was incredible in that. She pulled double duty in that, playing two different characters. And she's just an excellent actor. She's so good. But man, the big standout for me in this show was Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer was perfect in this role. I was blown away. Like, I didn't realize how good she was. I've obviously seen her in multiple things over the years. She's been acting for a long time, and she's always been good, but like, I think I took it for granted or didn't quite realize, like, watching this show and the nuances of her facial expressions and her pauses and her choices that she's making and the way she's reacting to things, like, she blew me away. I was like, it became this like joy to watch her on screen where I'm like, oh cool, here's a scene where she's back in the show. It like, she really made this show for me. Like, a lot of things made the show. This is a great show, like I said, all around, but like, Michelle Pfeiffer killed it, and I thoroughly enjoyed her performance in this show. And then of course Nick Offerman was excellent. He's excellent in everything I've seen him in. And he was perfect for this role. Like, he's the estranged father. He was like an old wrestler back in the 80s or 90s or whenever it was. And he is retired from that, obviously, as he's older now. But he's got this kind of vibe. He's got tattoos and piercings and has a whole like workout thing going on, maintaining his body and stuff. And he fits, the actor fits the character very well, I would say. In this, it was a great casting there. And then all the others were great too. Greg Kinnear is in this. the guy who plays the professor, his last name's Angarano or something. I can't remember his full name. And Nicole Kidman was in this, and she was good. Just the casting across the board is very good, and just the acting and the performances were just very solid. So it's not the most unique story of all time, I wouldn't say, but it was good. It's an affair, a baby in the mix. It's been done. We've seen plenty of shows and movies do that type of story. Introducing the OnlyFans aspect is somewhat unique to it, I would say. Although Euphoria did just literally do that like a month ago or two with Cassie doing OnlyFans and that. So we kind of, I guess, have seen that before, but it added some unique spin to the otherwise kind of not played out but just done before story of the affair and the baby and what's going to happen with all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, in general, great writing made up for any of that you could see as a negative of not the most creative storyline in the world, but the writing, the dialogue, the directing, everything was just very good, and some very good character stuff, good comedy, a great balance of comedy and drama. Probably more the comedic vibe throughout it, but definitely dramatic stuff as well. Good music throughout it. The opening theme song's good. They pull some good 80s or just kind of random music throughout the movie or the show that hits well and is good. I thought all the music was great, and some cool visual stuff, some cool vibrant, interesting vibe with the visual aesthetic of the show. Like everything had a good look to it, and they did some cool kind of dreamy sequences with when she's filming some of the OnlyFans stuff. She does this character and plays up this whole thing and does these elaborate videos. So some of that stuff was kind of cool. And another feather in its cap, like I always say, great length, 30-minute episodes, something like 30 to 40-minute episodes, but you're not sitting there locked in for an hour plus like some shows are, where it's a little bit too much. You can get through an ep in 30-40 minutes. If you want to watch a second one, you're still not dedicating too much time, so it moves well. You're able to they get done with everything they need to get done within that shorter amount of time, and so you're not sitting there with wasted scenes and boring stretches where you're just come on, get on with it, this is filler. It moves well. It's great length, great pacing to the show, and it's for sure engaging pretty much the whole way through. There's interesting situations happening kind of constantly. The writing is so good and the acting is so good. It's just filled with that, and so you're not really having any downtime in this show. And the last thing I'll mention before I get to my rating, I just loved the weird, unorthodox judge at the end of the show in the finale episode, when he kind of determines what the outcome is going to be for this custody hearing that they're having. He kept jumping in, running in through the room, running around the desk back there, and then comes up to them and is just asking them all these questions with a weird funky look on his face. And if she would have lost the case, I probably would have hated the way he did that, but the fact that she won, it was I don't know, I did like it. And it's kind of funny how that works. If she would have lost, it would have been really annoying. Of hey man, have a normal hearing and hear everyone out and do a normal thing. The way he does, he has everyone hold the baby and gauge their reaction, the baby's reaction of oh, the baby doesn't like him, you know what I mean? So very unorthodox and strange, but it was funny and it made for a good scene, and it worked out in the end the way that you wanted it to. So I rated this show an 8.7. Apple TV Plus, it does it again. They just keep putting out incredible quality. The shows that I watch on here, and even some of the movies I've watched that are Apple TV originals, are just impeccable quality. They just are killing it with that aspect. Quantity is starting to get there. They're doing more and more stuff. So that's always probably been the knock against Apple TV for me, is they just don't have that much stuff, but they're getting more and more, and it's good, and it's good, and it's good. So this one was great, 8.7. I very much enjoyed this show. The acting was a standout for me. The full cast was great. Everyone in the cast was great, and the acting was just so good that you were just so engaged. They nailed it. They absolutely nailed it with that. And the story was good too. The comedy was good too. All of that worked well together. And man, this show knocked it out of the park for me. So that's it for my video on Margo's Got Money Troubles. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the show. Stay tuned. Until next time.